The 30-year mystery of Christy Wesselman, a cold case solved. The time to solve this case, 30 long years. For 3 agonizing decades, the mystery surrounding the disappearance and brutal murder of Christy Wesselman haunted the town of Glen Ellyn, Illinois. The tragedy left an indelible mark on the once peaceful community, a dark chapter etched into the lives of those who remembered her. On a warm July day in 1985, 15-year-old Christy set out to buy a snack from a nearby store, an everyday errand that sealed her fate. It was a cruel twist of destiny that tore her away from her family and left a relentless shadow in her wake. The first hours after Christy's disappearance were filled with panic. When she failed to return home, her family's concern quickly mushroomed into terror. Neighbors rallied, their voices echoing through the quiet streets as search parties combed through the town. The close-knit community, known for its laughter, daily routines, and close bonds, was overtaken by a sense of desperation. Each passing minute seemed to drain the faint hope of finding Christy alive. Then came the moment that sent shockwaves through Glen Ellyn. Christy's lifeless body was discovered, a harrowing confirmation of her tragic end. The young girl's death marked a tragic turn for the town, silencing its vibrant spirit and leaving a profound scar. Investigators descended upon the tragic scene, carefully documenting evidence and collecting DNA samples. Yet despite their diligence, the case fell into an eerie silence, the constraints of 1980s forensic technology limiting their ability to bring her killer to justice. The years that followed were a torment for Christy's family, their lives consumed by grief and unanswered questions. Each anniversary, each passing summer, reopened a wound that could never fully heal. Vigil after vigil was held in Christy's name, the empty promises of justice a cruel reminder of a system hampered by time and outdated technology. For Glen Ellyn as a whole, her case became a symbol of unresolved pain. People spoke of her in hushed tones, her memory drifting like a ghost through the town. To some, the decades of inaction created a sense of hopelessness, a grim reminder of how quickly a tragedy can be silenced. But for others, Christy's story was a call to remain vigilant, to hold out hope that one day there would be answers. Her family clung to this hope like a lifeline, refusing to let time dilute their love for her or their drive to see justice served. In 2015, 30 years after Christy's death, an extraordinary breakthrough reignited the cold case. Advanced DNA technology allowed investigators to re-examine evidence that had been shelved for decades. Forensic experts delved into genetic materials once dismissed as inconclusive, giving new life to the lingering hopes of Christy's family and the town of Glen Ellyn. The investigation unearthed a startling revelation: a match between the DNA collected in 1985 and a man with a sordid criminal past, Michael Jones. The discovery was a seismic shift for a case many had thought would remain frozen in time. Jones, a man whose history was lined with violent offenses, became the focus of a renewed quest for justice. The arrest of Michael Jones sent ripples through the community. For 30 years, Glen Ellyn had been haunted by the unknown, but now, at last, the shadow of fear took on a name. His capture ignited a spark of hope in the hearts of Christy's family and neighbors as they dared to believe that the case might finally reach its long-awaited resolution. For Christy's family, the arrest was both a relief and a painful reminder of their loss. During the subsequent trial, they sat through harrowing testimonies and forensic revelations, reliving the heartbreak of that fateful summer. Prosecutors presented every detail of Christy's final moments, piecing together a story that had languished in silence for too long. Each new fact brought a mix of anguish and validation, as the family grappled with the reality of seeing their daughter's killer face justice. The courtroom itself became a space of powerful contrasts. On one side, the relentless march of forensic science. On the other, the raw grief of a family whose cries for justice had echoed for decades. Every piece of evidence, from microscopic DNA fragments to accounts of Jones's previous crimes, painted a picture of guilt so vivid that few could deny it. Yet, for her loved ones, no sentence could ever truly heal the void left by Christy's absence. The trial ended with Jones convicted of Christy's murder, a moment that marked a bittersweet victory. Justice was served, yet the years stolen from Christy and her family could never be reclaimed. For her parents and siblings, the courtroom proceedings embodied their resilience, each day an act of defiance against the darkness that had consumed their lives. Christy Wesselman's case resonates far beyond the town of Glen Ellyn. It highlights not only the potential of modern forensic advancements, but also the importance of persistence in seeking justice. Yet, her story is more than a narrative of legal triumphs or scientific breakthroughs. It is an enduring reminder of a family's love and a community's strength. The case has also become a catalyst for reform. Law enforcement agencies across the country have looked to her case as an example of how technological advancements can breathe new life into cold cases. The hard-earned answers in Christy's case have inspired many to revisit unresolved cases, sparking initiatives aimed at continuous improvement in forensic science and investigative procedures. For Christy's family, each passing day is a reminder of her absence, but also of her enduring presence in their lives. Vigil ceremonies, memorials, and countless private moments of reflection ensure that Christy's spirit remains alive within those who loved her most. Her story, the tragedy of her loss, the agony of the wait, and the eventual breakthrough, will forever serve as a testament to the lasting impact of unresolved grief and the unwavering fight for justice. Today, Glen Ellyn is not the same town it was in 1985, but its spirit bears reflections of those harrowing days. The pain of Christy's murder lingers, but so does the resilience that defined the town's response. Her story is both cautionary and inspiring, a reminder of the fragility of innocence and the strength of those who refuse to allow tragedy to overshadow justice. The community's journey toward healing continues. People gather to share Christy's memory, to honor her legacy, and to vow that no other family should endure such torment. Her case has also forged a bond among families of other cold case victims, who view her story as a beacon of hope, proof that even the most challenging mysteries can be solved. Christy Wesselman's enduring legacy calls upon us to remain vigilant and compassionate. It urges us to honor victims of violence by seeking justice with unwavering determination and utilizing every resource available. Her life and story are a powerful reminder that no crime, regardless of the years it has remained unsolved, should ever be forgotten. The 30-year odyssey to solve Christy Wesselman's case stands as one of the most powerful examples of perseverance in the face of tragedy. With each year that passed, her story became more than an unsolved mystery. It became a call to action. Her case has spurred law enforcement officials to embrace technological innovation, inspired families to continue advocating for justice, and shown the world the enduring impact of hope. Even as life returns to its rhythm in Glen Ellyn, Christy's memory is a constant. It's in the quiet moments of reflection, in the gatherings held in her name, and in the collective determination that her death will never be in vain. Though her murder robbed the town of its innocence and left her family with scars that will never fully heal, it has also ignited a light, one that shines in every initiative aimed at solving cold cases, every improvement in technology, and every effort to ensure that justice, no matter how delayed, is served. In the end, Christy Wesselman's story is not just about tragedy, but about resilience. It reminds us all of the strength that communities can summon in the face of great adversity and the importance of holding on to hope, even when the odds seem insurmountable. As we honor her memory, we carry forward her family's determination to seek truth, demand justice, and ensure that no voice, no matter how long it's been silent, is ever forgotten.